I'm the Congressional Letter Carrier Liaison for the National Association of Letter Carriers. Why we're here today is we're letting the public know about a possible chance of privatizing the post office. The current administration, underneath the management of budget, has already said they would like to see it privatized. And in a couple of weeks, the White House will come out with their agenda and how they feel and what they're going to do with the Postal Service. And we kind of feel that they're going to go the same direction.
This is what democracy looks like.
Basically, the post office is in the Constitution as a constitution entity, and we deliver over 40% of the world's mail without a dime of taxpayer money. We don't use any taxpayer money at all. It is all funded through stamps, packages, and everything else. So, and the ones that's going to affect the most is the rural areas. You turn around the rural areas, if they privatize the post office and they go to companies that want to run it, they're going to turn around and start cutting services. And the biggest place they're going to look at is the rural communities, the small towns. Some of the major cities, they may start looking at how they can cut, jobs and services there also.
Privatize! Hell no! Unionize! Hell yes! Privatize! Hell no! Unionize! Hell yes! Privatize! Hell no! Unionize! Hell
So basically, it's going to hurt a lot of people. It's going to hurt the small towns. It's going to hurt the senior citizens because they'll probably raise rates in order to make it work out. It's going to hurt other mailers. If we raise rates, all the other companies are going to follow right along and raise rates with them also. With that right there also. It's going to hurt veterans. We have a lot of veterans coming back from the war or being in the war. We're the largest employer of veterans there is. So, it's going to hurt that also. We do have a way to correct it. We do have, in 2016, they mandated us to pre-fund our future retirees' health care for up to 75 years in advance, but do it in a 10-year period. So it's cost us $5.5 billion a year. The problem with this is, right now, we can't pay that $5.5 billion in one lump sum. So we want them to change that law, go back in, repeal that law, and get it to where we pay it by the year. 100% of our red ink is because we're pre-funding that future retirees' health care, where if we did it by the year like anybody else, no other federal agency or no other private entity has to pre-fund that future retirees' health care. And that's our biggest problem right there. If we can get that solved, instead of putting the cart before the horse and saying let's privatize it, let's correct that law, get it to where it should be, and then go on from there on how we run the business.
Oh, there he is right there.
Contacting the congressman is a big one. Representative Cleaver, he is on board with us, and he has already signed on to, we have a House resolution right now, 993, and he has already supported that resolution and signed on to it. If they just call their Kevin Yoder on the Kansas side has already supported that resolution also. Call your congressman, talk to them. Call your senator also, Claire McCaskill, call her office. Call Roy Blunt, talk to his office. We need these people signed on to keep this from going through, before they privatize this, not go the right direction.
Hell no! Unionize! Hell yes! You feel no! Hell yes!